So Hebrews, Numbers chapter 14 says, the Lord said, I forgive them as you requested. Moses requested God to forgive them, the rebellion. Nevertheless, as surely as I live and as surely as the glory of the Lord fills the whole earth, no one of those who saw my glory and the signs I performed in Egypt, in the wilderness, who disobeyed me and tested me 10 times, no one of them will ever see the land I promised on oath. No one who treated me with contempt will ever see it. See, this is very serious. They saw all the glorious signs and wonders, God's glory and the signs God performed in Egypt and in the wilderness, and still disobey God. That's a contempt to God. You see, 10 times God counted. I said in the last video that God remember. So these guys, none of them will get into the promised land. All right. So this is the promised land is like Hebrews 3:11 says, I declare an oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. The rest at that time is for okay, let's just expound it. In the Pentateuch and the conquest, rest meant refreshment and prosperity in the land God promised them. God's promise in their presence in the midst and security from the enemies all around. However, the entrance into the promised land could not have been made entrance of the ultimate rest of God. Like Psalm 95, they continue to enjoy God's blessing in the land, or anticipate that God will restore their blessings under a future Davidic king. The blessings are rooted in God's promises to Abraham. So that rest is the eternal rest. The root of Abraham is Jesus Christ. Okay, that's another topic, but I just want to show you the immense hurt. Don't try God too far. Okay, so if you repeatedly put God to contempt, watch out, one day you may be cut off. Okay, so this is the deal. You know, granted, none of us have seen such glorious wonders of God in Egypt and in the wilderness like those Israelites did. That's why the more you see the glory of God, the more responsible is expectation from you and me, from us. Those guys had such glorious revelation of the power, of the majesty and the signs and wonders of God. They still tested God, disobeyed God. You know, every time they disobey God, they tested God. Every time they disobey God, they put God to contempt. You know, the reason God feels that way is because the miracle is so glorious and you take him for granted. He put so much effort into it. You know, that's like